Hi, I'm Anthony Muscatello, one of the museum curators here.
And I'm Tyler Dean, the other museum curator here at the African American Museum in Philadelphia. We are here to present the new exhibit we are opening depicting the Buffalo Soldiers.
That's right, Tyler. The Buffalo Soldiers are the first all African American infantry and cavalry units. They had many responsibilities. They helped westward expansion, guarded U.S. mail.
Don't forget that they also helped to control the Native Americans of the plains, capture cattle rustlers and thieves, and they helped to protect settlers, stagecoaches, wagon trains, and railroad crews along the Western Front.
If you would let me get to it, I was going to say that they have had many contributions to the U.S.
Such as the way that they helped pave the way for national parks.
That they did. In fact, they didn't just fight poachers and other bad men at these parks, they also fought fires.
Now, hold on. Why would the parks such as Yosemite and Sequoia want the Buffalo Soldiers and not firefighters?
Well, the truth is that the Buffalo Soldiers were simply excellent at everything they did. So the parks could save manpower and money by employing the Buffalo Soldiers.
Well, one soldier who was certainly excellent at everything he did was Henry Osian Flipper.
Spot on, Tyler. At West Point, he faced harsh discrimination and hardships from his fellow cadets, but when he graduated in 1877, he became the first African American officer in the U.S. military, a second lieutenant, and was assigned to the 10th Cavalry Regiment.
Even through all of that, he was still the target of a smear campaign, which got him court-martialed in 1882.
His story mimics the story of all the Buffalo Soldiers who faced discrimination from other superiors, equals, and even the people they protected.
I can't believe that they were treated in such a way even after all they did for the U.S. and its national parks.
Everyone around them treated them poorly. Even the U.S. military only provided a measly $13 a month, and they were never even offered a commissioned position in the military.
Sadly, that only pales in comparison to what was happening to them at home.
Do you care to elaborate on that?
Okay, but be warned. Back at home, their families were being lynched just because of their racial heritage.
For the time period, I can see that happening, but it is still horrible to even think about.
So they had to deal with their families' untimely deaths, fighting in miserable conditions, which was the desert in summer and the plains in winter, and they were being treated unfairly in terms of being given the Medal of Honor.
I cannot fathom how, after all of this, these men would still be so brave and so willing to fight for their country, even though the country was mistreating them.
They truly are great and exemplary soldiers, which is why we are creating this exhibit to honor them.
Speaking of which, let's look at some of their great and many achievements.
Well, we've already been over that they helped with U.S. westward expansion greatly by guarding settlers, building roads and other infrastructure, and guarding U.S. mail.
Don't forget, they are called soldiers for a reason. They also served at many different posts and helped to win the Indian Wars, with 18 soldiers being awarded the Medal of Honor.
These wars specifically told people that black people were capable, and if you were a Buffalo Soldier at the very least, excelled in the military. This then paved the way for men like Henry Flipper.
They also took part in defusing the little-known 1892 Johnson County War in Wyoming, which pitted small farmers against wealthy ranchers and a band of hired gunmen.
They also fought in the Spanish-American and Philippine-American Wars and played a crucial role during the high-intensity military conflict in defending the U.S.-Mexico border during the Mexican Revolution.
Not to mention that in 1918, the 10th Cavalry fought at the Battle of Ambos Nogales, where they assisted in forcing the surrender of the Mexican federal and the militia forces.
According to the National Park Service, the Buffalo Soldiers billeted at the Presidio Army Post in San Francisco during the winter and as park rangers in Sierra Nevada in the summer.
All in all, about 20% of the cavalry troops in the Indian Wars were Buffalo Soldiers.
Well, clearly, they were great and important soldiers in U.S. history.
Their numerous achievements really shine a bright light on how unfairly African Americans were treated, and it's a true testament to these men's strength, and not only were they able to overcome the adversity, but still fought for the country that mistreated them.
And that's why we are honored to present to you the new Buffalo Soldiers exhibit here at the African American Museum.